When we would get to 1 million per Bitcoin. I'd say I spotted 3 big trends that could totally shake up your investment strategy. Maybe the next 100x coin is hiding in there. New York City Major Eric Adams unveiled his plan to launch them at this very conference. Hello, what's up everyone? I'm traveling for a bit, chilling after the Bitcoin 2025 conference. I was in San Francisco watching Sea Lions yesterday, and now today I'm enjoying Korean barbecue. Just what I needed to have all the new information settled in my mind. And I got to say, I'm pumped to break it all down for you today. If I had to sum it up, I'd say I spotted 3 big trends that could totally shake up your investment strategy and maybe all the crypto world. So stick with me to hear what regular investors like you and me can take away from all this, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join my Telegram for more crypto goodness. So, before we dive into the serious stuff, let's talk about some fun moments from the conference that had me cracking up. Because yeah, I got some good alphas, but I also had some fun, and if I want to sum this conference up, I have to talk about that. First thing that I found kind of fun was the Chinese crypto bloggers I follow on YouTube, or X. They were super quiet here. They went AWOL, sticking to their own little circle. That highlights just how differently the East and West still approach crypto. That's okay with me. That's my strength. I can get infos from China and from the Western world and share all that with you, after filtering all the noise. But still, I found it kind of sad to see all the Chinese coming to Vegas, because they came to Vegas, but just to stay between them at their own side events. Anyway, speaking about Chinese, I also went to a party, on the second day, the Whale VIP reception, at this club called Trao in Divination. Chinese characters were all over the place. It gave kind of a nice cozy Asian vibe, but the whole texts, nonsense. It was like they used the 2010 version of Google Translate. Reminds me when I was in the import-export business and I saw companies, importing lamps with sex written in Chinese on them. But anyway, it was such a blast. Let's get to the meat of it. 3 trends every retail investor needs to know from this conference. First, the case for holding Bitcoin long term. It has never been clearer. Speakers were all about its staying power as a store of value. We really can see the new financial order settling in. It's the new store of value, if you see what I mean. I talked to a friend, Marcin, who works at a fund. I can't say the numbers, but there are dozens of billions of USD that are going to be invested in treasuries and reserves. I also felt a lot of FOMO, in part because of that, and a lot of excitement, with everyone guessing when we would get to 1 million per Bitcoin. I found that fun too, because it's a question I asked everyone at the pizza party in Oakland 10 days ago. They stole my question. So, let me get somewhere where there is less cars, because I don't know if you can hear that in the mic, but their prediction, on average, they predicted that we would get there in about 5-6 years. 5 years for Adam Back, 3 years for Arthur Hayes. But yeah, they were pretty hyped up. Second trend, regulation. Regulation is opening doors for more money to flow into crypto, so you might want to prep for the big bucks coming in thanks to that too. That said, it was a bit frustrating to see politicians, using the stage to campaign rather than build or contribute. And some companies too. Basically, they turned their talks into ads. I talked a lot about that, on the day 2 of the GA. But yeah, it means that it's now getting real concrete. So it's a good sign. Real things are being created. Real businesses are making money out of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is used every day. It's not a dream anymore, and it's here to stay. So that's the good thing about this trend. And that recoups with my third trend. Bitcoin's ecosystem is moving beyond just an asset to real-world applications, which means huge opportunities in infrastructure projects and layer 2 too, like the Lightning Network. The Lightning Network is not perfect, but it's evolving real fast. Other than that, I found some cool projects that actually solving real problems, like wallets with face recognition encryption, but fully decentralized at the same time and using ZK proofs, so still anonymous. I think that specific project needs its own video. What else? Bridges or even tokens tied to all of this. With ICOs coming soon, maybe the next 100x coin is hiding in there, Now let's sum up the best part of the conference. I'll give you my first hand take. Not just the stuff you've already seen online, like Vance or Saylor speeches. I loved GD Vance's talk, for sure, and I talked about it in my vlog a few days ago, but let's talk about some real new and important highlights. First one, using Bitcoin to pay for stuff. It was my first time living a full day on Bitcoin only. The vendors had Lightning Network set up and payment were fast and efficient. I was honestly shocked at how smooth it went, whatever the Lightning wallet I use, be it wallet of Satoshi or Phoenix or others. This got me thinking, Bitcoin payments could explode in the next few years. We are ready for that, especially with tech like, BIP177 making transactions feel even slicker, talking in sats instead of fractions of Bitcoin. But at the same time, again, we broke a Guinness World Record for most Bitcoin transactions in a single day. And I'm happy that I was part of that. Part of history, like Laszlo. What do you think about that? Would you spend your Bitcoins? Tell me in the comments. Another big vibe from the conference is that Bitcoin isn't just for one crowd anymore. It's not just geeks, it's not just cypherpunks. It's a consensus across all kinds of people. The event was packed with everyone from government folks to big institutions to regular retail investors like us. I chatted with some crypto whales 1 minute and then spent a lot of time with a best-selling author, John Perkins, very nice guy by the way. Then I met this college freshman who paid for his ticket by trading crypto. Talk about a diverse crowd. Some were OGs, some just have entered this world these 2 years, thanks to Michael Saylor for the most part. So big up to Michael Saylor for that too. And it hit me that Bitcoin's gone from a niche thing to something that connects people across every layer of society. Mass adoption is right around the corner. Even if retail investors are not really a lot lately, we don't see that a lot, but it's just around the corner. And there is a big one. Regulation isn't the enemy anymore. It's actually pushing Bitcoin into the mainstream. I overheard so many people at the conference saying that the US is shifting from cracking down on crypto to embracing it. At a private meetup, I even heard a state senator say some municipal bonds might soon be settled in Bitcoin. It's crazy, right? And the bit bombs I talked about in another video a few weeks ago. It's getting real now. New York City Mayor Eric Adams unveiled his plan to launch them at this very conference. So yeah, my takeaway, we used to dodge regulators, but now they are the engine driving Bitcoin to the masses. I understand it's not just for Bitcoin, of course, they have their plans too, like to help for the adoption of stablecoins and to reinforce the US dollar, counter the debt and all. But yeah, all in all, it's great to see this shift taking place right in front of our eyes. Yeah, it was amazing. Really nice experience. So, what's the big picture from all of this? Here are my top 3 takeaways from the conference. Takeaway 1, stablecoins are becoming a tool for the US to manage its debts, as I was just saying, thanks to their stability and how they are already integrating into global finance. And those talks, you add that to the Genius Act. It made really clear that the relationship between US stablecoins and short-term treasury bills will get stronger. And that they are creating an entirely new class of investors who would purchase US government debt. The new financial order is here. We can't ignore it. And we can't stop it, because you can't stop Bitcoin. Takeaway 2. Almost every speaker I heard thinks Bitcoin is blasting past 160K this year, fueled by institutional adoption and clearer regulations, and that we will get to 1 million in about 5 years. It's not financial advice, what I'm telling you. It's just what everybody is saying. And it's quite exciting. Yes, the future is bright. That's the idea. Takeaway 3. Bitcoin's ecosystem continues to evolve. Think infrastructures, layer 2 projects, and it's about to go off. With new tech and use cases creating a wave of opportunities, I will follow every one of them on this very channel, so don't forget to subscribe. Wrapping it up, this conference left me super excited about where Bitcoin is headed. Let's keep riding this crypto wave together and see you in the next video. Merci et au revoir.